Tips inside an exam hall. Now, how can you be confident as a student inside an exam hall? Usually, your anxiety levels might be slightly more, especially when you're doing board exam. Your center is different, you're writing your examination in a different venue totally. The preparation and a few things that you need to keep in mind is first and foremost thing, ensure that right from your hall ticket to your stationery, everything is there with you on the previous day itself. എക്സാമിൻ്റെ തലേന്ന് തന്നെ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം റെഡിയാക്കി സെറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കുക സോ ദാറ്റ് the minute you enter the exam hall, you reach the venue, when you realize that something is not there, that itself creates a lot of disturbance to you. So അത് അവോയ്ഡ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് first thing is keep your things ready which you need to carry when you get into an exam hall. Once you get into the exam hall, relax, take a deep breath, do few minutes of meditation so that you are peaceful by yourself. അതാണ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. പേപ്പർ തുറന്ന് വായിക്കുന്നതിന് മുന്നേ തന്നെ നേരത്തെ ചെല്ലുക ഹാളിൽ. ഡോണ്ട് ബി ലേറ്റ് ടു ദ ഹാൾ. Go in time. There will be a couple of minutes cooling time which you get for yourself. Ensure that you calm yourself, you meditate, and you are ready for writing or receiving a paper. Our readiness ആണ് ഇവിടെ ഏറ്റവും അത്യാവശ്യം. Once you cool and calm yourself, the next thing what's important is once you get the question paper, read through the paper. ഒറ്റയടിക്ക് when you see the paper, probably you will think, oh, a lot of it is something which I do not know. എന്നൊരു thinking വരാൻ സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. Even if you are quite prepared, there might be things you think, okay, this I know, but that I do not know. This I'm not too sure. എന്നൊക്കെ തോന്നും. Don't get into that mode. Read the paper 2 or 3 times, you will gain confidence. ഒറ്റ പ്രാവശ്യം വായിച്ചാൽ മനസ്സിലാവാത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പോലും രണ്ടോ മൂന്നോ തവണ വായിക്കുമ്പോൾ definitely will understand. And as you're reading your paper, have a pencil or a pen with you where you can put a tick against questions which you are absolutely sure. And that is something which you need to attempt first. ഏറ്റവും നന്നായിട്ട് അറിയുന്ന ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ആദ്യം അറ്റംപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യുക, because you already know it and you know how to present it and answer it. Whenever you're writing a paper, ensure that you're underlining the key words, because that is something which gives you an edge over the others when it comes to the invigilation point. Ensure that your answers are crisp, to the point, and keywords which are expected for an answer is underlined. That's very, very important when it comes to presentation of the paper. Now, the next thing is, അറിയാവുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം എഴുതി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് then is when you need to go to questions which you think is slightly difficult for you, because for that probably you will need a little more time than what is required for the other paper. Now, your paper is divided into 3 or 4 segments, section A, B, C, or D. Depending on the subject, there would be sections which is divided. There should be a plan which you should have before you enter the exam hall as to what is the time I would take to answer section A, which probably is MCQ or short answers or whatever. What is the time that I would take to answer section D? Now, as you're writing the paper, it's very important that you check on your time and you see that you have completed the section A or B as per the allotted time. ഇനി അതിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും കുറേയധികം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ട്, വിടുന്നുണ്ട് എങ്കിൽ അതിന് പ്രപ്പോർഷനേറ്റ് ഉള്ള ടൈമേ യൂസ് ചെയ്യാവുള്ളൂ. ആൻഡ് അറ്റ് ദി എൻഡ് ഓഫ് ഇറ്റ് come to those questions which are difficult. Now, never think that you can underline the key words at the end of it, because exam എഴുതി കഴിയുമ്പം തിരിച്ചൊന്ന് വായിക്കാൻ, to do a recap whether you have time or not is something which we're not sure, which you can't technically anticipate now. So as you are writing, you have to ensure that you underline the keywords, you get it in points, so that end of it, even if you don't get time, you're able to complete the paper or answers in an expected and stipulated manner. The next important thing when you write a paper is do not leave any questions unattended. That's very, very important. Every question, what is there in the question paper, has to be attempted. Of course, all questions you have a choice. Other than that, you are expected to attempt every question, because only when you attempt questions can the invigilator also get a scope to mark some weightage when it comes to giving marks to a question. So make it a practice not to leave any questions but attempt all questions. Ensure that there is a right timeline that you keep for every section and do not exceed that time. If you exceed that time, you should be able to catch up that time with the next section that you have. So these are small tips. If you keep in mind, you'll be able to complete your exam little more comfortably inside the exam hall. 5 to 10 minutes before the stipulated time, try to wind up, because that will help you to at least to glance through to ensure that you have written all the sections, all the expected questions.